Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Ando-san, and I hope you're doing okay. Man, a lot has been happening these couple of weeks in the music landscape, especially in the music business and streaming world. I don't know if you guys heard, but Spotify is trying to screw over the independent small artists. Yes, sorry, Bob. It's a pretty crazy time for the streaming world, and Spotify is making some big changes. They're making some big old changes in 2024, and it's not surprising, but it sucks. And if you're a small artist and you have music on Spotify and you've been getting little small royalty checks, whether it be $1, $20, whatever, well, you might not see that for a little bit because Spotify has changed the streaming threshold in order to get money from Spotify as royalties and whatnot. So I have this article here by AmericasSongwriter.com. Spotify plans update to 2024 royalty model. Tracks must now be played 1,000 times to start earning money. Okay, so originally, okay, I thought it was like 200 streams, but 1,000 times. So your track needs to get played 1,000 times in order to start earning money. So that's the headline. Okay, so let's see. Last month, Spotify announced changes to its royalty model for 2024. Among other adjustments, the plan involves three major changes and attempts to stop drains on the royalty pool, according to a report from Music Business Worldwide. A minimum number of streams before a track starts earning royalties, which will allegedly demonetize tracks that drained 0.5% of the pool, financially penalizing music distributors and labels when Spotify detects fraudulent activity on tracks. A minimum playtime length for non-music noise tracks before they generate royalties. So what that means, so like the minimum playtime length for non-music noise tracks before they generate royalties. So that means like rain sounds and wind sounds and white noise, like all that kind of stuff that's on Spotify. They have to reach a larger threshold in order to get paid because they say minimum playtime length for non-music noise tracks before they generate royalties. So that's what that means. And then the financially penalizing music distributors and labels when Spotify detects fraudulent activity on tracks. What that means also is if you're in the pay per if you're in like the what's it called when you buy streams on Spotify, and you have like a stream farm or something and you got fake streams, they gonna catch it, they gonna get you, and that's fraudulent. That sucks when people do that. I mean, there's a ton of people in the industry that do that right now. They fake their streams on Spotify and fake their numbers. So the benefit of them doing this is it's going to catch more of those people. And then a minimum number of streams before a track starts earning royalties, which will allegedly demonetize tracks that drain 0.5% of the pool. I don't really understand that sentence, but I'm assuming that from what I understand, I know that they do have like a pool. So what happens is if you don't reach the minimum requirement of money, or minimum requirement of streams on a song, then that stream, the money that you've accumulated for that stream goes into a pool. And what I believe, I think it gets distributed to other bigger artists with more streams than you. Let's just keep reading this. Okay. According to a recent report, the streaming platform has announced more details about the changes, which include the official number of streams a track must reach to generate royalties. Yearly, a track must reach at least 1,000 streams to start earning money from Spotify. According to MBW, the changes are designed to demonetize a population of tracks that today on average earn less than 5 cents per month. Oh boy. Spotify reports this new minimum is set to reallocate tens of millions of dollars from 0.5% of the pool to the majority of 99.5% of artists and rights holders. Allegedly, 40 million would have been previously paid to the 0.5%, but will now be redistributed in 2024. All that means is the bigger artists, people with more streams and all that stuff are going to get more money. So if you're on Spotify and you have not reached that 1,000, that money that you possibly made, that dollar or 50 cents or whatever, 5 cents is going to be put into a pool and distributed to the 99.5% artists on Spotify. I guess the plus side on my end is I get more money. I'm going to get paid more. I don't know how I feel about over other people. I want you to get that dollar, y'all. I'm an independent small artist, and I depend on all avenues of monetary gains in my career. I have my hands in a lot of things in order to make this work full time, and this is just making the barrier of entry to be a full-time musician harder. And you already don't get a lot of money from Spotify streams. I don't depend on Spotify streams to pay my bills, but it does help. But this is just going to make it harder to make money off your music. And it sucks, dude. It's wild. Tim Ingram of Music Business Worldwide penned a reaction to Spotify's announcement earlier this month, in which he posted that some up-and-coming artists may get discouraged if minimum goes up in the coming years. If that threshold moves upwards in the future to, say, 10,000 streams or 20,000 streams, who knows, he wrote. Stories like this highlight the importance of music industry leading streaming platforms, especially Spotify, striking the right balance between punishing so-called garbage while leaving the early green shoots of tomorrow's professional artists unharmed. Yeah, smaller artists and up-and-comers may go a certain amount of time without generating any revenue from Spotify. Yeah, it might take you a really long time to make money now off Spotify streams. It's crazy, dude. All right, how far is this article? I think it's about to be done. What else is he saying? They may continue like that depending on whether or not their music takes off, either in mainstream or within their certain genre scene. The changes make sense on an economic level, but what about for the artists? Yeah, that's true. Does it benefit someone who is just taking a break into the music business? It seems that this new model depends on popularity and success to be able to benefit new artists, which is hard won and generally fickle. Yeah. To quote Jack, I can't say his last name, in a recent interview, the fans are God. What they say goes. This new Spotify model will continue to benefit larger artists with an established fan base. Yep. But those looking to break into the music business may be in a period of destitution as far as royalties go. Man. It's a sad time to be an independent artist, to be a new up-and-coming artist. I feel so sorry for the future young, aspiring musicians, even now, young and old. I feel really bad. It's so hard, dude. And this is just making it harder. And I don't know. You have to kind of persevere and try to figure out ways to make it work. I think now, especially now for the future things, physical items are going to come back. CDs are going to be more popular. I have a feeling that there's going to be less newer artists uploading their music on streaming platforms because of this kind of stuff. And they're going to kind of rely on the physical aspect. Heck, I can even see people creating their own streaming platforms or creating a website where you can stream or creating apps where you could stream an artist's music. Like, that would be cool. Like, imagine if you hire someone to create your own personal app that you can download. This is free game. I don't know. This is just off the top of my head. Imagine you hire someone to create a free app that you can download on iTunes, and you can stream their music and then generate revenue from that. I don't know. I don't know how the payment structure would work. I don't know how you would get paid from that, but if Spotify can do it, you could probably do it too. I mean, but the only difference between you and Spotify is like a multi-billion-dollar company and you're just a small artist. But like, we have to figure out ways to combat this kind of stuff, because this is just going to make it harder to generate any sort of income royalty-wise. And there are a lot of people that do depend on Spotify to pay their bills. You know, I don't necessarily, but it does pay some bills, if that makes any sense. Like, oh man, it's so sad. And these are unfiltered thoughts, guys. I don't have anything written down. I've been wanting to make a video about this for a long time. I remember I actually, let me look up this video. I made a video not too long ago. I believe in 2020. I'm trying to find it. Yeah, why you need to buy music in 20. No, I made it in 2022. I made it last year. Why you need to buy music in 2022. I'll post it here so you can watch it. And I was just talking about the importance of buying music from your favorite artists and how just buying one song is equivalent to like 100 streams on Spotify. So like that dollar or whatever goes farther than 100 streams on Spotify or any streaming platform. I don't know the exact number, but I do say the exact numbers in that video so you can watch it. And yeah, it's just crazy. It's crazy to think that it's so hard to create any sort of income streaming wise, and it's just unfair. And I don't know, let's come up with some more ideas. You create a website where people can, this is when websites are going to be in. I feel like a lot of people already have websites. I don't have a website, but this is just encouraging me to create a website where you can buy my music directly. And then also Bandcamp is going through some stuff, you know. I don't know if you guys heard about what happened to Bandcamp, but you know, even Bandcamp is going through some stuff, and they've been just passed around with like these huge companies, and they laid off a bunch of people from Bandcamp. Like the future is very, very, I guess it's a bit grim for like the independent artist that's trying to make their way into the industry and whatnot. And I feel like that's why you have to kind of cultivate your own spaces and create your own wave of things, of doing things. Like, you know, I know that Curtis King was talking about, you know, Curtis King removed his music off Spotify. There's going to be more people doing that because it's not fair, dude. And it's not fair for the smaller artists as well, because all your art is going to benefit other people's pockets. And that sucks. That sucks, man. People like Justin Bieber, Taylor Swift, trying to think of some other big artists, Drake, Ice Spice, all these other people that have like millions of streams on Spotify are going to get more money from your art. You know, good for them, I guess, but and even I might be part of that 99.5%, so I might be getting more money, but I don't feel comfortable. I don't know. I don't feel comfortable with all that. So something to think about. It's just, the future is very, very grim. So try to think of things and think of ways to combat this, because I don't know, guys. It sucks, man. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll be uploading more stuff soon since I moved into my temporary location. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace. Yeah, the video isn't over, okay? I feel like I kind of left it on a little sad note, so I just decided to record more stuff, just making sure everything works over here. Everything is recording. Just a little bit more thoughts about it. We gotta figure out ways to support your favorite artist. So if you have a friend that you support and they have physical goods that you can buy, whether it be vinyl, a CD, t-shirt, cassette tape, a mug, I don't know, anything, maybe think about buying that from them, because things are going to get a little bit harder for independent artists, you know, next year. And I don't know, let's just try to be positive about this. You know, this change could also be kind of awakening to more DIY type things. Like thing I mentioned earlier in the video about creating an app, creating a website, making it some sort of way where you can stream music or consume music in a way that is more gratifying as a listener. Because the way that we digest music dictates the way we view it. And when music is easily accessible, like Spotify, and there's so many millions of artists on there, it gets kind of hard to put a focus on someone. And I feel like if we change the way that we digest music, we'll love it a little bit more, because you actually put your coin on it and you bought directly from the artist, and there's a bit of a connection there. Not to create like some weird parasocial relationship type thing, but just like genuine support. Like if you like someone's music and you dig what they do and you want them to keep doing what they're doing, just go out and buy something. And I'll tell you some of the ways that you can support me. You can join my Patreon. I have a Patreon that I upload weekly videos, not daily. I upload weekly videos. Right now, I've been doing a series of production sessions for my new album, Scene Pasture. So I talk a lot about the way that I produced my album and the way that I mixed it. I have 3 tiers, or actually 4 tiers. And the tier where I talk a lot about my production is the $10 tier, which is the music production tier. I also have a music discussion tier that's $5. Those are like the 2 main tiers, where we sometimes hop up on calls and just have conversations about stuff like this, like Spotify screwing over the little guy, and ways to combat that. And we also just talk a lot about just music business stuff and just general things about music. I also have a $3 tier where if you join, you get to hear new music that I'm working on, new audio that I'm working on, anything related with music, you get to hear it early on before everyone else. And then I have a $35 tier where you can get a jacket and it comes with all those things combined. So yeah, that's one way you can support me, is Patreon. Another way is you can buy directly from me on Bandcamp. You can buy my music digitally. Right now, Bandcamp's going through some crap, but it's still a good way to support, your artist, your favorite artist, and a good way to support me. Another way is you can buy my vinyl, which is on Choke Artists, on the Choke Artists website, and I'll have it in the description. So those are 3 main ways: Patreon, Bandcamp, and Choke Artists. You can buy vinyl and merch. So those are some ways you can support me. Another decent way you can support me is, right now, as of now, my guitar is sold out, but I do have a signature guitar with Orange Beat Guitars, and that was a good way for people to support me. But luckily, with the grace of the universe and everything in between, the guitars are sold out, and that's very surprising. So thank you to everyone that have bought my guitars, and I hope you're enjoying it. It's in a couple hundred people's hands right now, and that's surreal. That's very surreal. I feel very blessed. And I guess another side thing is all of this stuff that Spotify is doing is benefiting me, but I don't want to be part of a culture where I'm not going to just sit here and say anything about it. I don't give a fuck if it benefits me at all. Honestly, I genuinely want everyone to get their dime. I want everyone to get the money they deserve, whether it be $1 or $20. And I don't think it's right that they're doing this. I think there's better ways to kind of combat all the fraudulent streams and whatnot. I may not have that in my head right now. I mean, Spotify, they have professionals doing this, so maybe they came to the conclusion this is the best way to do it, but it's hurting people. So I'm not with it, and it just sucks, man. I know it's going to benefit me, and I know I'm going to be getting more money, but it's not right. And like I said, if you have different ways to combat this, to help an independent artist, if you have ideas of what an artist can do to supplement their income, put it in the comments. Put it in the comments, and let's see what we come up with. But yeah, guys, thank you so much, and have a blessed day.